What is up, everybody? This is Extreme coming right at you with yet another game of Starcraft. Today it's gonna be a little bit of an all-in. I know this is kinda cheesy, and but it works. So this is me, Extreme, and our opponent is Robinski. Checked his profile. He wasn't that high league, but hey, screw that. I'm gonna set it to my vision. For you that don't know by the title of this video, it's a DT all-in, 2-base DT all-in. It's quite. The DTs themselves aren't that expensive, but the expensive parts come with the tech that you need to do this completely. That's why it's a 2-base and not a 1-base. Because on 1-base that would take forever, and by that time he would have too much detection and stuff. So in this match specifically, he does have vision, but I managed to break his vision. So remember this: it's a 2-gate, 2-gate early, and then you start up 1 when the first one ends. That is quite simple. Then you start up the cybernetics core. This you probably want to get a little bit earlier and saturate that gas much earlier. But those double gas, the first gas should be really early, and the second should be a little bit, a tiny bit less early than the others. So you always need to drone scout to this build, because if you see your enemy going up for a quick lair, you shouldn't go for this strategy. Just switch into like blink stalkers and like 4-gate or stuff like that, and don't go for DTs. I start up a Zealot just because I did actually manage to see the extra hatchery, but just to be safe, when you see a spawning pool and an extractor, just be safe. The thing I want to do now is expand. Expanding is quite hard. It's the hardest part of this strategy. Yeah. By the time this Nexus goes up, he will have roaches. On the production tab, I'm quite certain. Yeah, here comes the roaches, and I only have like 1 stalker, 1 Zealot, and then there's 2 adept on the way. And you know, adepts aren't that great against roaches, as they do damage to light units, and roaches are like the opposite of that. Because I was quite certain that he will go for like a Zergling run by or stuff. So expanding in this scenario is really hard, because your opponent can go for a roach attack and then just come in and snipe your Nexus. Afterwards he kill all your units. And roaches, early game roaches are like awesome. I would say they're the like early game roaches are like awesome. But here comes the important part. Once your warp gate is almost halfway done, once you start up the warp gate, start up your robotics facility and your Twilight Council. This will grant you the ability to make a warp prison, make DTs, and then warp in his base. That would be awesome. And as we see, the roaches arrive. My army wasn't that good at the time. I tried to do a little bit of a miss micro, but in the end, he managed actually to clean up all my units almost. In the end, I managed to run away with my soccer. Here you see, as soon as the Twilight Council is done, make the Dark Shrine. That will be the hero of your army. Without it, you can't win. When you've gone this far, you can't transition anywhere from it. you got warp gates, you got the DT shrine, you got Twilight Council. You can go for like Blink Stalker with like Archons. That would be quite good against any late game Roach Ravager Lurker Hydra strategy. But I don't know. As soon as the DT shrine is almost up, you start up you have the warp prism, and then you warp in some DTs. It's not, you can like do this with a 4 gate. That will be quite more of an all-in, but not the whole all-in. Well, as we see, unfortunately, is building spore crawlers. As that would be in the perfect timing. Look at this. It's just now. When it's finished, I send in this. One of them directly go for the queen. I send over one just so no DTs die, because that would be quite not, unfortunately. But these DTs will shred through these mineral lines. And if you just take a look at all these units that are being destroyed right now, that is the power of the DT all-in. By the time, always make like a Stalker Immortal play behind this, because even if he got roaches, that is awesome against this. As I decide to target 500 fire down the lair, it just gets cleaned up, and I can just pick up my DTs. Then I will try to move over to the next phase. That would be really hard, but maybe just a little bit of a harass. But here, you see, our enemy goes for the last push. He gets in with his roaches. But as I warp in units and move back my Immortal, this is gonna be GG. He can't, as he moves right through all my Stalkers. And Stalkers are like anti-roach units right now in Legacy of the Void. In Heart of the Swarm, they were really bad against roaches. But nowadays, things have changed. Things have changed. These little monsters have transformed into a roach marauder. Or roach mauler, or what you should call it. But, hey. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't be shy to comment, because I just love reading them. I'm Extreme, and I'm out.